What's good, y'all? It's your boy, Untamed. Yeah, boy. Coming at you live for another episode of the Man What Podcast. Man What? I'm here with my favorite co-host, Khalil Jamal. You know it go down every single time we touch this mic. What's up, though? What's the deal, man? You know I'm good. Good. I can't even do no complaining.
I'm happy. I'm happy to hear that, man. I'm happy to hear
Can't do
that.
no complaining, man.
Yeah. What you do this week?
Man, you know I worked. I'm number one in my job. You know what I'm saying? And then when I got home, I edited a couple music videos. You feel me?
Yeah. Pop your shit. Untamed Productions.
Yeah. Good stuff like that. You know what I mean? I've been playing this new game. I've been playing Resident Evil Requiem. You know what I'm saying? Requiem. All my gamers gonna know exactly what I'm talking about.
Right.
But what you been on though?
Show Requiem now. I've been chilling, man. I had a decent week. Shit, I ain't do much though. I went to pottery.
Pottery.
Bro, shit.
See, this what I be talking about, y'all. This what I be talking about. Motherfucker get a girl. Motherfucker go to start tasting wine and doing pottery and painting. Nigga ain't never painting his life.
Right. Nah, for sure.
Nah, that's cool though. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
I mean, nigga, you done did the same thing, nigga. You done did the wine and sit at home.
Hey,
nigga.
that I'm speaking
about?
from
Like,
experience.
you
I'm
Mr.
just
Romantic
letting
over there,
y'all
nigga.
know. You feel me?
Okay, yeah. I thought you was trying to make fun
Nah.
of niggas. I actually made some shit though.
But I will say
Yeah.
I ain't never seen you make a pot or any type of pottery in your life though.
Why would you though? You want to go to pottery class with me, bro?
I mean that'll be a good pod episode. I ain't gonna lie, but nah, I'm kind of cool on that. I'm cool on that. You feel me? But I mean, you know.
Bro, you want me to take you out, bro?
Whoa. That sounded a little
I'm saying,
sad.
bro.
Nah, I would have took you to pottery class. It's all good though. You feel me? We ain't even gotta go there, man.
That's crazy, bro. You not first off, I'm declining going to pottery.
Dang, that's crazy. You can't go to pottery class with your homie?
I'm not going. No.
You
no.
see.
You can't, bro. You can't because I'm not gonna lie. Like this was my first time going and actually seeing it. Like you could go with your homie if like that'd be like a cool double date type shit. Like if you go with your girl and then your boy go with his girl and like y'all in the class or y'all doing the thing together, that's hard. But like just going with your boy, bro, I'm telling you that shit look a little crazy, bro. Look a little crazy. But niggas made some bowls, bro, in an ashtray.
Oh,
shit.
okay,
So,
okay.
Now, yeah, so now what they got, it's like a 4-week process. So they got to apply heat to it and like, you know, give it the color that you pick out and shit like that, and then you get your shit. Like,
They gonna make it shiny and all that, put some epoxy around it?
Yeah. They gonna make that bitch look, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, that sound dope.
But,
That sound dope.
You know, it gotta survive.
That's the
heat,
sophisticated date right
Feel
there.
me?
You know what I'm saying? Like that's a date that you take.
Bro, you know
that
what?
you take,
Like I said, bro, you know what?
A sophisticated young lady to.
Hey, you know, I wanna tell you how I found it though. Like, my sister recommended like looking on Eventbrite. So I don't know if you ever use like Eventbrite, but if you go on there and like you can just type in date night, and then like it'll show you a whole bunch of shit in the city that's going on that you could pick from. And a lot of this shit don't be that expensive, fool. So like, you know, both me and my girl got to keep our little shit. They give you like three clay pieces. and then you could keep one, your partner could keep one, and then the third one you gotta leave behind, or you just pick which one you
Yeah.
like the best. So,
Okay.
nigga, the first one, nigga, I fucked that bitch up, boy. But it was because I wasn't adding enough water. Like it's a little finesse to it. So y'all people who do pottery out there and shit, like y'all got a newfound respect for me, because I didn't I didn't know the inner workings of this shit. So
They had you
you know
using a little spin wheel and
that
all of
shit was
that.
yeah, yeah.
You
Nah,
should have recorded
for
that, bro. You
real,
need some
bro.
meta glasses, man. Somebody, I feel like the
Nah,
fans
you
need to
know it's
see some of
crazy.
these trips up out of you.
Nah, for sure. You know what? I'll actually send you some footage because I recorded a little bit, and then my girl recorded they got this like little phone mount that you could put your phone in, and it's like recording the process from
Oh,
above.
okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That's cool.
Yeah. So like, she actually got the moment where I fucked up the first piece. So I'll probably send that to you so you can put that in there.
Yeah,
But
send me that. Send me
yeah,
that. The
it
fans
was
want to
cool.
see you do some
It was
pottery, bro.
cool.
I ain't gonna lie to
Yeah, nah, for
you.
sure. Nah, I'm with that. I'm with that. I'm with that. I'm definitely with that.
That's
So,
what's up, though. I feel like
yeah,
I
that's.
feel
I
like
mean,
men need to normalize taking their girls on a sophisticated date. You know what I'm saying? Something that include other
yeah, yeah,
than
nah, for
because
sure.
everybody go out to eat, everybody go to the movies,
Mm-hmm.
everybody go to the little
Right.
bar, the club, and dance. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? But I
yeah,
feel like
nah, for sure.
pottery, maybe wine and sip, maybe go paint a mural or
Mm-hmm.
something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's a lot of different things to do, you know. Add some add some spontaneous um places to your dating, man. That's how you keep your girl interested.
yeah, nah, for sure. And that's why I said look on Eventbrite, bro. Like they got like here they got like cooking classes and shit. And it's just like this little cool shit that you could do that's a little different from just again like you said the regular dinner movie date the bar or some shit like that because like you gonna get your drink on if that's what you want to
Hmm.
do for sure but like just framing it differently by going to this learning something with your what I'm saying and then you learn a lot about the person you're with
Hmm.
doing that like because y'all are both sitting there learning some shit y'all both don't know so you can literally see how your partner learns like, do they pick up on
Yeah.
shit? Like, I'm telling you, it's a good day, man. You know what I'm saying? So, to all my guys out there that's looking for different things to do as far as like date night and shit like that, man, hop on Eventbrite and this is not an ad. I'm just trying to show y'all that there's some different shit out here. So, yeah, shout out to that, man. That was a good time, man. But man, in the world of music, it's time to get busy, man. What we talking about, bro?
Man, yeah,
Shout
yeah,
out
yeah.
Game
Shout
Name
out to
though.
all the
Before we get
fans,
started,
all that good stuff. Shout out to everybody that just watches us, you know what I'm saying? It's
nah,
been a
for
dope
sure, for
process to
sure.
be able to create this podcast. You know what I mean? And for everybody
Nah,
that
for
comes,
sure, for
I
sure.
don't know who it is, but somebody be watching it because we don't really share it as much. We just post the content and whoever watch. So you know, if y'all watch this, we appreciate you. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, all that good shit.
We fuck with you, baby. We fuck with you. But look, this week in music, man. I feel like it's an interview heavy week. It was more interviews than it was. It was more interview headlines as opposed to like headlines about actual music this week. You know what I'm saying? So I think the biggest thing that happened, and it just happened yesterday, is the new Jay-Z interview. What you think about it?
Uh, I think it was needed. I think he hit on a lot of key points, especially when he was talking about, he doesn't think that maybe we should leave the beef alone in the hip hop culture. You know what I mean? I really agreed on that, and that really hit home with me because so many people think that they need to beef to get the views, to get the engagement. And I just think as a whole, the interview was great. I feel like we needed the big dog to come down and speak, because a lot of times, he's kind of like this mythical figure that nobody, well, not a lot of people really can relate with as far as money, as far as business and all that. So when he does come down to speak, I feel like a lot of people do open their ears to listen. Especially in the black community, because Jay Z is a billionaire, and not too many billionaires speak or are as vocal. You know what I mean? So I think,
Brief intermission, guys.
yeah. So I just think that it's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. I love when Jay Z talks. I love when he puts out his album. I feel like every time Jay Z comes, um, on the scene, it's always a big moment. So, what about you? What do you think about it?
Um, yeah, I mean, I feel like it was just good to hear from Jay Z. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was dope to hear from Jay. Um, the first question of the interview basically addressed all the allegations that came out against him last year, like the lawsuit with Tony Busby and stuff like that. And he got really vulnerable about it. He spoke about how um, he felt heartbroken, he felt anger, he felt all the things you would feel when somebody puts a label on you. How people were looking to label Jay last year. So he just, he spoke very candidly about that with Fraser Thorpe from GQ. Shout out Fraser. He's been doing his thing for a very long time. So that was a really dope interview for him to get. And I love the way they shot it. I love the photo shoots that they did with Jay, like just the different cinematography. Like it's almost like you don't see Jay in this light. So shout out
Mm-hmm.
GQ. But um, he also spoke on, um, how he think that the beef is played out, and he don't think that it's the same as it once was. And I agree with him in that instance because when, like, he kind of spoke on, he kind of compared it to what him and Nas did, right, back in the day. And the thing is, Jay Z and Nas back in the day when there was no internet, when there was like just kind of like radio and then what maybe people thought, it wasn't the same as Drake and Kendrick, where now for the rest of eternity, there's gonna be like stan culture kind of like dividing the people who fuck with Kendrick, the people who fuck with Drake. You know what I'm saying? And the conversation is just split. But um, I will offer a little critique.
Yeah.
I do think he said that he doesn't think battling is needed. I think that battling is needed. Like we seen it with Joey Badass and Ray Vaughn, where the battle could be super fire, give you some great back and forth between MCs, but it not go further than that. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with even Ti and 50. I think now those two are at an age where they're just gonna battle it out. But we know these two guys are, they're wild cards, so you never know. But I still think that energy is needed in hip hop because competition breeds better performance. Like when you hear a guy, like it used to be back in the day where like when Wayne would take a nigga's beat, he would try to
Yeah.
outdo the nigga whose song it was. You know what I'm saying? And even that was almost like battling a nigga. You know what I'm saying? You take his beat, like taking a nigga beat was almost like Even Jay said it. Give me that beat, fool. It's a full-time jack move. That's the competition that battling MCing is born from. So I don't agree with the fact that he says battling is not needed, but I do agree that with the Drake and Kendrick shit, it caused, like, I always call it the Great Divide. Like, that Drake and Kendrick shit caused the Great Divide. Like, but in real life, I think nobody gives a fuck that much, so we could still battle. You know what I'm saying? So that's my perspective on it. He also spoke on. Hold on, one more thing. I had some notes. Um, we got to it. We got to it. Bet. So, shout out Jay Z. Shout out GQ. I thought it was a good interview. Side note, he did announce some shows at Yankee Stadium. It's the 30th anniversary of Reasonable Doubt. It's the 25th anniversary of Blueprint. And then he added a Sunday show called Extra Innings. So that whole weekend in New York, that Friday, Saturday, Sunday, man, if you're able to make that shit, lucky you, bro. Because I seen some of the prices for them tickets, and this shit is crazy. Like, they're already reselling for like 4 days, 5 days.
Damn, everybody
For
want to
the
go see
for the
Jay-Z.
for the bruh, for the decent tickets is like 4 or 5 bands. Like, nigga, the queue had like 100,000 people waiting.
Damn,
Nigga.
imagine 4,000 times 100,000.
Like,
That's 4 million or something like that.
well, they no. I don't know how much they are for retail, but resell, like, niggas who buy the tickets and then resell them, like, they pushing them prices up 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 bands, bro.
You know what's
So,
crazy, bruh? I feel like
they price me
shout
out.
out Jay-Z, but another thing that we need to talk about, bruh, is this resell culture, bruh. I'm so tired.
Yeah.
I remember the days you used to be able to go to the concert, right? You stood in line, or you waited on Eventbrite or whatever, right? And you used to be able to get your tickets at a decent price, first come first serve, right? Till it was all sold out, right? Same thing with tennis shoes. You used to be able to stand in line, and basically, like, if you was in that line, you was getting a pair of shoes. But nowadays, with all this resell culture, with all these resellers, bro, it's so hard. Like, when a new shoe comes out, whatever, Nike, Jordan, Adidas, whatever shoe you're into, when a new shoe comes out and it's popular, it's like, if you're not up on the app at the exact second that they drop, you're not getting the shoe. Because there's so many resellers that have like these auto buy bots that buy 400 and 500 pairs in an instant, right? And it lets and it makes it so that the people who really love shoes and who might not have that plug or might not have the ticket plug, we can't get what we want to enjoy because there's people trying to take it, wait till there's a scarcity, and sell it at a higher price. So I don't like that. I feel like the shoe game thing.
Man, to go even further than what you're saying, bro, there's people who work for these companies who, like there was a story a couple years ago where there was like this Nike executive whose son was like starting a fucking resale empire. The nigga had shoes, nigga, up and down the wall. He was selling them bitches for higher than the price point because it was like a shoe that was in demand. This was like a big thing. So along with resellers, you have motherfuckers who can just go in this fucking Nike and just get all these shoes. Like I said, I think Nike is in cahoots. I think Adidas is in cahoots with a lot of these resells because it just makes the most sense to me, bro. Like, why would you not sell it, right? Buy it, be like, oh, we got a queue. Because my thing is, if it's up for sale, why the fuck do we need a queue?
Exactly. My whole thing is,
Why
they
do
have
we
to
need
be
a
in
queue?
cahoots, right? Because if they know, if let's say a certain Jordan comes out, if the hype around it is big and everybody's posting about it and waiting on it, why not
Yes.
make more shoes? Why not make enough for everybody? Why make a finite amount so that a reseller can buy all of them and then sell
Well,
you
that
more? My whole thing is, look, bruh, the money
yeah,
that the reseller makes doesn't go to Jordan. You know why? Because the reseller bought
nah,
it at retail. You see what I'm saying? So it
exactly.
doesn't make any sense for them to only make enough shoes for for a few people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But a part of the reason why they can push the retail price up is because there's a limited amount.
Yeah, but
Like
listen. The
oftentimes, like
retail
it's
price is the retail price. If a shoe is 175,
yeah,
it's 175. If a shoe is 220,
175.
250, it's 250 out the gate, right? I understand that. I'm not talking about retail prices. That's the good price. I'm talking about
Right.
people buying it. Let's say a shoe comes out and it's $250, right? Then it's in
Right.
such high demand that people buy up all the shoes at 250 and now they're reselling it for 550. So now instead of paying the 250 that the shoe actually costs, now I have to pay whoever an extra $300 just to get the same shoe that they got for a cheaper price. So all I'm saying is that these resellers are messing up the markets for a lot of
They
things,
are.
especially ticket
They are.
prices,
They are.
especially whatever any high dollar. Ever
Shoes,
since COVID, bro,
clothes,
when
yeah,
when
any
when they
hot
tried to
ticket.
sell water for 9, 10, $15 a pack. You know what I mean? Ever since then, I feel like the resale market has just gotten out of control. And I think that we need to do a
It's
strike
fucked.
on these certain things
Yeah.
and let these resellers go broke. All right? Because they're trying to capitalize off the hype of something.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro.
Too
Because I'm
many
not gonna lie,
resellers,
like, if,
bro.
if those tickets, if those tickets were a reasonable price, bro, I'd catch that flight to New York to do a whole trip. But nigga, the ticket would be the price of the fucking flight, hotel, concert, all that shit. Like on
Yeah.
resale, like 4 or 5 bands, bro. That's all. That's all. That's a ticket, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I agree, though. So
So it's like,
you fucking resellers, man. Just let us buy the tickets and stop trying to make money off somebody else's shit, bro. That shit pisses me off when I think
nah,
about it.
that's a fact, bro. That's a fact. That's a fact because, like I said, like niggas is getting priced out, bro. Like I can't. I 4 or 5 bands, 6 bands to see Jay Z. As much as I love those albums, that's just a lot of money, bro. That's a lot of money. So, but hopefully they stream it.
I'm sure they will. I'm sure it'll be all
Hopefully
over
they stream it.
TikTok and Instagram and YouTube. I'm sure
Yeah.
some high quality version of it will come out to where people who aren't
Nah,
gonna
for
pay these
sure.
exorbitant prices can actually enjoy a show of their favorite artists instead of somebody coming through and taking all the tickets and then wanting you to pay more. Then you're paying them
Nah,
though.
that's a
Like
fact.
that's the whole thing. Like you're paying whoever bought the tickets.
Yeah, you're not even paying Jay Z.
Another thing, bro. One other thing
Shit.
that since we're on the topic of prices, bro, I want to talk about prices of barbers, bro. I think that we talked about this
Man,
on a pod before, right? But I think it's
man.
really apparent now, there, especially with the explosion of TikTok and Instagram and everybody being able to show their work and have followers and stuff like this. I think that a lot of these barbers have the game fucked up. I think just because they think that they're popular online, that they want to charge regular everyday citizens $150 for a cut. And I'm not talking about a house visit. I'm talking about you going to them, sitting in their chair, and when they're done, they tell you that your haircut is $100. How do you feel about this, bruh? You feel that the price spike is just, or are they taxing? Because I feel like a lot of barbers is going broke right now.
Hey, bro, I'm gonna keep it 100, dog. Like, if you can learn how to cut and maintain your own shit, it's the perfect time to learn. Because I see barbers, yeah, charging 100, and I'll be like, my nigga, I just can't bring myself to drop 100 on a haircut. Fool. Like I'm just not doing it, and I feel like as a creative, I understand the barber's perspective. You know what I'm saying? Like you want to set the price on your shit. Like if you do good work, then you want to set the price on that. And there's people who will pay it, but for me, I'm not going to the $100 barber right now. Like we was just talking about fucking $4,000 Jay-Z tickets, nigga. On top of that, I'm gonna have to pay 100 to get my haircut for the show.
That's what I'm saying. It's like you got to be rich. You got to be rich to get basic things now. You gotta make
Yeah, low
100,000 a
key, low
year
key,
just to get
my
regular.
nigga. Look,
Imagine
you could,
paying $100
my nigga,
every
you could.
cut, and if you got it, you got it. Whatever. But I'm just saying for the regular working people, bro, a haircut, especially for somebody who grows hair fast, a haircut gonna last you a week. So every week, that's $400 you gotta put aside a month just to have hair. And you know what's crazy? A lot of these barbers, because I seen a forum on Reddit, right? And a lot of barbers were saying we're not selling haircuts, we're selling confidence. And how much is your confidence worth? But I feel like as a barber, instead of you trying to get more money per client, I feel like you need to have a reasonable price and get more clients. You see what I'm saying? It's like the reverse
Facts.
thinking.
Facts. See, but the thing about more clients is more time.
It's
So
exactly. But
a
a
lot of
lot of a
times
lot a
it's
lot of
gonna go.
barbers aren't worth $100. There's some for sure,
That's a
but I
fact.
think that a
That's a
lot of
fact.
these reg
I feel like if I didn't make you do a lot of work, my nigga, like you shouldn't
a
even think
hundred
about
dollar
charging me
experience for a
$100.
haircut should come with a cut,
Yeah.
a line, razor, facial, pause, shampoo, like you know what I'm saying,
Nigga, a
about
bottle
you
of
know what I'm
water,
saying. The game
fucking,
need to be on.
hey, nigga,
Like,
hey, look, nah, the game, yeah, nah, for sure, nigga, put the game on in this bitch, nigga, like, what's up?
you feel me? Like the $100 experience. I just feel like a lot of, and
hundred
it's
dollars,
not
nigga,
even the
make a room
barbers
for the little
only.
Asian. $100, nigga. $100, nigga. Make a little room for the Asian lady in the
Tattoo
back,
artists are
bro.
doing this.
You know what I'm
Tattoo
saying?
artists are doing this, bruh. Hair people are
Nah,
doing
for
this.
real.
Nail tech is doing this. Everybody's
Nah,
charging
for sure.
absorbent prices, right? And like I said, you charge
For
whatever you
sure.
want, right? But when you don't receive the business that you want, then I think that's where it becomes a
Yeah.
problem. You know what I mean?
Nah,
Because
for
if you
sure.
charge
For sure.
$100 and you could cut 4 heads a day, then you good. But how many? How many?
Hey, I'm gonna keep it 100. This all this teaches niggas is that you Instagram barbers, we ain't
Yeah,
no
we not
money in
going to
our
y'all.
pockets. We going to the nigga. We going to the nigga on Booksy that charge $30, nigga.
Yeah, that's
You know what
a
I'm
decent
saying?
price. Listen, listen.
$40,
The last
nigga.
time I got my
It's
hair
cool.
cut at a regular
It's
barber,
cool.
bro, I went, I got my little fade, whatever. I got me the fade on the
Yeah,
side and the back, got my line up or whatever.
yeah, for
And when
sure.
I was done with the cut,
Yeah.
nigga, I ain't gonna lie, I pulled out like $30. I'm like, how much I owe you? I already had the money in hand. This motherfucker said 50. I was like, 50 for a fade?
Damn.
For a fade? $50? Bro, I've been here 20 minutes.
Damn. Now I gotta pay you with two different forms
Oh
of
God, I
cash.
had to
I
cash
gotta
app him the
D's
rest.
30.
And
Then cash app you 20.
at
Yeah,
at that
bro. It's
point
like,
I
come on, my
realized,
nigga. We doing
and
a
this was a few
lot,
years
bro.
ago. At that point I realized I go to the stove, get you some good clippers and learn how to at least
Listen,
look decent. And
yeah,
that's what I pride myself on.
my nigga, get you,
I don't need to
my
have
nigga,
a
go
rapper cut. I
and
don't need to have the best
this
fade
is a
and
fact.
nothing like that. And those of
Yeah,
y'all that do y'all. But I pride myself on looking
nah,
decent. My shit be looking decent.
look, no, it's a fact. I ain't gonna lie, nigga. I'm definitely this year. I'm definitely investing in some good clippers, my nigga. Like I'm not investing in no little no the little Walmart joints no more, or the little beard shavers or nothing like that, my nigga. This year I want to get the Babyliss Pros, my nigga. I'm gonna get them bitches, bro, and I'm gonna learn how to
Yeah.
start cutting my hair and maintaining my hair, bro. Because I'm telling y'all, like you gonna pay like 120 for some good ass clippers, my nigga. If you paying 50 a cut, 40 a cut, you paying the barber 40, 50, 80, however much a month, nigga. You might as well just go ahead and get your clippers, fuck your head up a couple times, nigga. Make sure you keep the do rag while you learning, and nigga just figure out how to get yourself there, bro. Because these niggas is charging hella bread for this shit, bro. Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And when you,
bro, I went to the
nah, I'm listening.
I went to the barbershop. The last time I went to the barbershop, bro, prior to that, I checked my phone to see when my last appointment was, because I do it through the Boosie app. But the last time I got my haircut was in December. Nigga, because, bro, I'm not coming here every couple weeks spending 40, 50. And then if I want to get my beard and my shit lined up, nigga, now it's 60, 75. No, bro.
75 for a cut is crazy, bro. It's crazy, and I'm not paying that, and I don't feel like anybody who respects themselves as a man, because I feel like as a man, there's certain things you need to know how to do. You need to be able to fix some type of shit. You know what I'm saying? You need to be well versed in a couple of tools. You know, a hammer, a screwdriver. You need to be able to basic shit. Change a tire. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like one of the next basic things, you should be able to cut your hair decently. It don't take too much, because obviously you're not gonna get the barber experience if you do it just unless you just cold. You just gonna get something that gets you by. You know, you might even make that shit look fly. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like every man should definitely know how to use some type of clippers, scissors, and be able to get yourself decent. Because what do you do in between cuts? See, I'll get me a haircut, right? I'll pay my little $50. I get me a haircut, right? But then I make that bitch last about 3 weeks. I'm using my own clippers. I'm edging myself back up. I'm refading my fade until that shit just grow out too much. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna keep it that way. That way my haircut lasts a little bit longer, so that I could keep from spending $400-500 at the barbershop every single month.
Yeah, but nigga, you're not lying. I'm not paying $100. I don't give a fuck who it is. I'm gonna ask niggas. Bro. See, that's why I do through the Booksy app, bro. Cause I feel like sometimes niggas will try to they'll see you pull some money out and then be cool with the money you pulled out, but just try you on some shit like, oh, like he see you had 30 and it was like 50.
Exactly. And that's what I didn't like. So after that, I stopped.
I'm going through the
I stopped going to the barber for a little while after that, because I'm like, damn, bro. The last time I got a haircut before, and I had hair before that. So the last time I got a haircut before that, a long time ago, before I grew my hair back out, that shit was $20. So we went from 20 to 50. And
I had a nigga on 249 who used to cut me. That nigga used to cut me.
I'll pay 30. I'll pay 30. I'll pay the 30. But 50 and 75 and 100, like, y'all getting greedy, because you know niggas need a haircut, bro. And for you to think that you could charge a regular man $75, I could see if you cutting celebrities and basketball and football, and you charge them the 100 and they throw you a little extra on top of that. But when you cutting just the nigga that work at Family Dollar, when you cutting his hair, bro, he not, and then they wait to the end of the cut. Don't go to a new barber. Don't go to a new barber. By the time he done cutting your hair, you gonna be like, all right, how much I owe you, Captain? That'll be 60. Cool little 60. And then he'll just look in the mirror. He'll just look in the mirror and clean his clippers. Like, hey, in your head, you screaming $60. $60, bro. I just got to fade in the line. I've been here 20 minutes.
You tight
I
now.
waited longer in the waiting area than I did for you to cut my hair. And then they gonna say, a good barber can cut real fast and give you that. Nah, bruh. $60. I need an hour and a half experience. You feel me? I need all types of shit, bruh. I need all time. I need a glass of lemonade. You feel me? I need a hot towel. I need for $100. I need you to not only be my barber, but I need you to be my counselor. I should be able to tell you what's going on in my life. I expect you to have some good advice.
Yeah.
I expect a lot of shit.
That nigga said,
I expect you to have some good advice.
That nigga said I need that. That nigga said I need the stocks for the day.
Oh God, I'm trying to open up. I'm trying to open up my own barber shop. Can you help me? What?
I need
Like,
to. This shit need to come with a photo
Yeah.
shoot, nigga, as soon as I get
Yeah.
out the chair. Fuck you talking about, nigga? Hey,
for real though, gang.
get my social media right, bitch.
Yeah. So anyway, I just feel like a lot of people is charging crazy prices for basic services, and I feel like a lot of people just need to humble themselves. Even if you are a great barber, just charge with, you know what I'm saying? Charge something reasonable, so that you'll get more clients. If you cool with your 4 to 5 to 6, whatever. It's like I said, it's some barbers that's cold and they gonna have whatever, and they gonna make 2, 3, 4,000 a week and all of this. But I'm like, barber. My whole thing is, being a barber is not supposed to be. You're not supposed to be rich. You know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to be rich off barbering. I'm not gonna lie, unless you're a celebrity barber or something like that, bro. If you're just a regular barber, you're not supposed to be rich, bro. That's not a rich profession. Like, and these barbers just trying to get rich. These barbers trying to drive Mercedes.
Yo, that's so fucked up.
Hey, it's facts, bro. It's facts, bro. We need to humble ourselves.
What you mean? What if you own a barbershop?
But then you're not just a barber. Then you're a business owner. You see what I'm saying? I'm not talking about that to that extent.
Okay.
I said if you're just a regular barber in a shop, you don't own the shop. You just got it. You paying for a chair, and you cutting hair. You shouldn't be trying to get rich off barbering unless you go into the next level.
I know about it, but what if niggas is not trying to get rich off barbering, nigga? They trying to meet booth rent, nigga. Like,
man, do whatever you got to do. I'm not talking about anybody who got aspirations to be an owner or nothing. I'm talking about the regular barber. I feel like it's certain professions that you just do, and the end goal isn't to be rich. You know what I'm saying? When you become a cashier at Family Dollar, nigga,
like
your goal is not to become rich. When you become the fucking what else? The manager at fucking Dollar General, your goal is not to be rich. You see what I'm saying? Like,
right.
if you do things outside of that, I'm not talking about that. You could do it, but being a barber, bruh, most barbers, like, the goal is to cut hair and sell confidence. It's not to be rich. It's just like being a pastor. It's like when you see remember that pastor that went to jail, bruh? I'm going to you for the good word, bruh. I'm going to you to get closer with God. And you're coming, driving in here in a Rolls Royce. You're wearing a Louis Vuitton suit from head to toe. And the first thing, before I could even hear the sermon, you're telling me to put money up for the church?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Hey, nigga, you gotta pay.
That's crazy.
For this
That's
congregation.
all I'm saying.
You gotta pay for this congregation. Now, if you need some,
All I'm saying is it's certain professions that people got to be humble.
you better get the payment.
And I feel like
just
the
what I'm
barber is one of them,
Huh?
man. Like, barbers ain't supposed to be rich, bro.
Yeah, nah, that's real. That's real. Hey, look. Hey, at the end of the day, you niggas want to get cuts, pay $100.
Yeah,
cuts.
do you?
That's y'all prerogative, my nigga. My nigga, I ain't doing none of that, bro. I ain't doing none of that. I ain't paying no $100 unless I got it, and then I'm like, I fuck with the barber. I'm like, all right, bro, you done traveled maybe like across a couple cities, or maybe travel like a good commute, I'll pay you that hundo if I got that kind of money. But my nigga, as of now, if I'm pulling up to, I'm not pulling up to the shop
That's
to
what
pay
I'm
for
saying.
$100.
That's what I'm saying.
Sorry,
And that's my main
I'm just
thing.
not doing
I'm only talking about when you pull up to the
it. Yeah,
shop, and just because he got 30,000
yeah,
followers on
nah.
Instagram, he like, all right, bro, that's gonna be 100, big bro. After
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. If you pay a nigga $100 for a cut just cause he popping on Instagram, I think you're gay.
I
I think
think a
you're
lot
gay.
of people just got
Nah, for real,
I,
bro. Like,
whatever,
that's
man.
crazy.
People just do certain stuff to just pop it, and I think paying $100 a cut is just like some popping it shit. It's just like,
It's the same. See, but that's the same thing niggas do with bitches in the bars and the strip clubs and shit. Like a bitch would be popping, so a nigga throw a significant amount more money on that girl just because she who she is. So that's why you remember we had that conversation like months ago. I don't know if we talked about this, but I think we talked about it off the pod. We was talking about how Bernice Burgos was talking about how she would make nigga 20 bands on a light, 50 bands on a light weekend. Niggas is like, nah. But it's like when niggas go see a person, an influencer like a Bernice Burgos or like a Aisha Diaz, nigga, they're spending more of their bag because of who she is. This is the same thing with the barber. But my thing is, nigga, I think doing that for your barber is crazy, my nigga. You're just setting yourself back financially for no reason, bro. For literally no reason, bro.
yeah,
So I'm not paying $100. I'm not doing all that other stupid goofy shit, bro. You can find a nigga on the Booksy app. This is not an ad. On the Booksy app, you could just find local barbers, nigga. Find one that fits your price range and keep it pushing because these niggas is wildin', bro. And the prices is only going up. I know y'all niggas see what gas
yeah.
doing. I know y'all niggas see what gas doing.
Yeah, everything going up, and I understand people got to eat.
Everything.
I understand people got to eat, but I think instead of you charging more, you should keep it at a reasonable whatever reason is reasonable for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, because your price is your price. But I think instead of charging double
Right.
of what a cut should cost, I think that you should you should do more promotion and get more customers to come to you.
Nah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? And if you
Nah,
cut
for sure,
good, you
for
can
sure,
cut
for sure.
fast. You know what I'm saying? You said something about time, which I get it. It's only 24 hours in the day, but you know, if you're trying to get rich as a barber, I need to be able to call you at 4 a.m. I need you to pull up to the telly, and with me and my niggas, and we all got $100 for you. You feel me? You better cut every head in here at 4 a.m. We getting high, we drinking, we all that. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be for $100 a cut.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be no time I can't call you. If you with your kids and you at soccer practice, if I got this 100 for you, I'm gonna be right back, honey.
Hey, bro, I'm gonna pull up on you.
I'm gonna pull up on you.
Hey, bro, I'm gonna pull up on you.
He like,
You got your clippers, right?
look, I'm at soccer practice with my kids. I'm gonna be there in 15 minutes.
Nigga, text you night before. Hey, you got soccer practice tomorrow with your son. Make sure you bring your clippers though, cause I'm gonna pull up.
I'm gonna pull up on you. That's why $100 a cut. I should be able to pull up on you at your son's soccer practice. I should be able to pull up at basketball practice and we sitting on the sideline and you give me a cut, bro.
That is dead funny.
No, I'm dead serious though. Come on. Anyway, come on. Let's get another topic up in here.
Nah, this nigga funny as hell. Nah, so J. Cole and Cam had to sit down. I thought that was really dope because a couple months ago we spoke on how Cam sued J. Cole because he felt like he didn't get a proper swap. He gave J. Cole a verse for an album for Might Be Later. He did him a favor on the off season. And J. Cole was supposed to come on It Is What It Is, which is Cameron and Mason's show. So he said Cole was giving him a runaround, so niggas ended up suing, blah, blah, blah. A couple of days ago, I think it was Sunday, promo came out. It was basically Cam doing his show, in the middle of the clip, J. Cole walks in. It's like this whole funny little skit thing they did to kind of tease the interview. And then the interview came out, and it's J. Cole on Talk with Flea, which is Cam's solo show. And they had a little sit down, talked about the beef, talked about all that shit. So it was a cool interview. I thought it was straight. I didn't watch the whole thing yet, but for the parts that I seen, he was just talking about the same shit that you would expect him to talk about. Um, it's a cool move, man. Good move. I thought the Nadeska interview was dope because it was like in the setting of the album cover, so there was like an artistic taste to it, and then the Cam interview kind of covered that base of like, oh, I'm gonna do this solid. We gonna piece it up on camera. Like, you get what you was looking for. I'm talking about the album. I kind of get what I'm looking for too. But this is what I always thought J. Cole was doing for Cam. I always thought that he was just like waiting for the right moment to do it, because it's like, yo, I'm gonna do the thing, but I don't pop out much. So at least let me get my shit together, and then boom, boom, boom. So, good interview. Just whatever though.
Yeah, I
Just
thought the
whatever
same
though.
thing. I thought it was a decent interview. I'll definitely always like to hear Cole just articulate it. So, especially coming off such a great album
Mm-hmm.
release, you know what I mean? It was dope. I feel like
Yeah.
the whole Cam and J. Cole thing that really happened, I felt like that's all Cam wanted anyway. You know what I'm saying? I don't think,
Yeah.
I think
Of
that at
course.
the end of the day, he just wanted, because Cole, just like you said, he doesn't pop out a lot. So to get a Cole interview, that's the payback right there. You know what I'm saying? Because that obviously he's gonna
Yeah.
monetize off
Yeah.
that. Because if that wasn't all he wanted, right? He wouldn't have put it on his own platform. He would have put it on the Cam and Mace uh,
Right.
podcast, right? But he didn't. He did it on his own thing so that he could monetize solely off that, which is cool because I do think everybody should make money. Um, I feel like it was definitely a dope interview. Um, I wouldn't expect Cam to interview Cole, and I think that's kind of where Cole was at, because I'm sure that when they first did the deal or whatever, the deal that they said a verse for this or that, I think that Cam was at a lower spot in podcasting. So I think Cole, not only was Cole trying to wait for the right moment for himself, but I think he was trying to wait for the right moment
Yeah.
with Cam, because Cam just started a year or two ago as far as like being a mainstream podcaster. So I think that he kind of wanted him to get his feet wet a little bit, and for it to be a good interview. And I think that in waiting, it was a good interview. You know what I'm saying? So that's
Yeah.
dope. And with Nadeska, I'm actually getting proud of Nadeska. Nadeska doesn't pop out
No, for sure.
too often, but when she does pop out, it's something notable. You know what I'm saying? It's always
Yeah.
a interview with a list celebrity, B list celebrity, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh shit, this dude doesn't, or this girl or dude, this person doesn't really do interviews like that. And I feel like Nadeska
Yeah.
is a really good interviewer. She's very articulate. She always has her questions in order, and I've actually been a fan of Nadeska ever since Everyday Struggle with Ack and Joe and all that, before everybody went on their separate things. Um, so
Yeah.
it's always dope to see Nadeska, man. She's a very good interviewer, and I really enjoy her interviews. They're better than a lot of
Facts.
other people's
Facts.
interviews, because I feel like a lot of other people are everywhere, and Nadeska just makes it seem like you're talking
Yeah.
to your sister. You know what I mean? Just cool,
Yeah.
and I feel like she brought out a lot of interesting characteristics in J. Cole as far as the interview. And also
Right.
she's a big fan of Cole. She's a big fan of Cole.
Nah, for sure, for sure. You could tell in the interview, like just the way she would reference certain
Yeah,
lyrics and tie it
yeah,
back, and it would, yeah, you could tell she has
Yeah,
a
she
strong
always
reference
she
for J.
always
Cole. So
professed it.
it was dope to
She
see
always
somebody.
professed that she was a big J. Cole fan. So I think that it was really dope for him to be
Yeah,
able to get interviewed by Nadeska because I feel like as opposed to any
yeah,
other interviewer, she knows a lot about his work. It's not coming from like a, oh,
hmm
who are you and what's your story. She's like, oh, I already know your
right.
story. Let me ask you this about your story. You know what
hmm
I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, man, it's such a good week for
yeah,
journalists, man. Shout out to Deska, shout out Frazier, Thorpe, like people who've been putting in work for a long time, getting these interviews, man. Are like the people getting these interviews to me are are like the highlight of the whole
yeah,
thing. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? Like even with Cam getting the interview with Cole, like I'm super happy
yeah,
for Cam for
yeah.
that. You know what I'm
And I
saying?
feel
So
like the
I
people
really
who
love
are
that.
being able to interview Cole, I feel like that speaks to a lot to his character. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure he knows
Yeah,
Nadeska is a
for
big
sure,
fan of his. So for
for
him to
sure.
go to her, dope. For him to go to Cam after everything that happened, and he really could
Yeah,
have said, fuck Cam because he did sue him. You know what I'm saying? Obviously,
yeah.
nothing really came of that lawsuit, but I think that the right thing for him to do was just go ahead and do the interview with Cam. So for it to actually come out, you know, I think Cam is very thankful for it, and it just shows that Cole is a real nigga, man. Cole's a real nigga, you know.
Yeah, solid dude, solid dude. But you know there was some backlash to what Jay said about battling, and it came from Joey
Yeah, I seen
Badass,
that.
and he said that um, a lot of the top tier
Hmm.
rappers don't work with the lyricist rappers out of fear of getting bodied on their own song. And he said, you know, people were killing him for it. And he said, "Yo, look, you you've seen J. Cole featured on JID's albums or album or something, right? And then you've seen uh, J. Cole feature on other people's albums and I mean other people's songs and have the standout verse. He's like, but there's a difference between featuring on a nigga's album and having a nigga featured on your album. And
Yeah,
it made me think back to where you were talking about how Nicki was on
I
Ice
was just
Spice's
thinking that.
album,
That's the
but
perfect example.
Ice Spice was Ice Spice wasn't on
Exactly.
Nicki's album. And I thought about you when I seen that, and I was like, damn, that'd be such a great topic to talk about on the pod because this is something he said, and I think there is a bit of truth to that because I feel like the top tier rappers kind of work with other rappers that accent the song well, but don't necessarily outdo them on the song.
I
I
feel
think
like a
that's a
lot
real
of
thing.
artists just need to get over that shit. You know what I'm saying? There are people that are better
Yeah,
than you. You know, it doesn't matter how high on the chain you are. You could be Future. There's somebody that raps better than you. You know, they just don't have the shot, or they just don't have
yeah,
the drive, or they just didn't have the.
right.
Being a successful music artist is like winning the lottery. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's gonna play.
So I'll ask you this. I'll ask you this though. Do you think that that is the reason why J. Cole wouldn't put a JID on the fall off?
No, no. I think in J Cole's thing, it was different. I think
Yeah,
for other rappers though, I will say yes. If there was a similar situation for another artist, I would say yes, right? But for J Cole, I feel like he's
right,
just a humble guy. I feel like when he makes albums, he holds them really close to him. So his
right,
first reaction or his first move is not to put someone on it, even though it may
right,
need someone. I think his ego and
right.
just himself, he's
Yeah.
like, nah,
That's what
I'm gonna
man.
do it.
I say that all the time. I think his ego kind of holds him
Yeah,
back
yeah,
in certain instances where nigga, if you get somebody to sing this beautiful thing
yeah,
that you wrote, as opposed to you attempting to sing it, it'd be
yeah.
way much better.
And J
It'd be
JID is
way
a great
better.
rapper. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
sometimes he does have better verses than the other people, right? But I don't see why that would matter. You know, all it would matter
Yeah.
to is the casual fan listening to it. You know, because if you're a J Cole fan, even if
Mm,
JID did out rap him in a rap, so what? Like, who cares? You know what I'm saying? That's kind of like your little nigga though.
that's
You know
true.
what I'm saying? That's like NBA young boy getting mad at Lil Dump because he has a hit record. I don't think
Yeah.
that NBA young boy would get mad because that's his little nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? There are people who don't want the student to outshine the master, right? But I think in the
Right.
in the case with J Cole, nah. Um, but to Joey Badass's point, there are a lot of artists. I felt like this. I felt like this with Drake for a while, and I'll tell you why. Because a lot of
Yeah.
his older music, especially the R&B shit, I knew for a fact. I don't care. This is before it even came out. I knew it was written by Party Next Door. When you listen to his, when you listen,
Right.
or I knew it was by The Weeknd. You could just tell the certain cadence of the song. You could tell just by the even the lyrics, like Party Next Door says certain lyrics, says certain things, or he has like a sequence of how he lays out his track that you can just tell that this is a Party Next Door song given to Drake. And I felt like for a long time, Drake kind of like put him in the back. Maybe it was to build him up. Maybe it was to build Mystique. Who knows? But at the time, I felt like Drake didn't want the Weeknd to be bigger than him at the time, and I don't think that he wanted Party Next Door to be bigger than him. And I think that now that Drake has gotten to such a height, it's like now he can yeah,
It
it
don't
doesn't
even
matter. So
matter.
he can make a album with Party Next Door. You know what I'm saying? He can make a well, he can't make an album with the Weeknd because I think the Weeknd caught wind of that shit early though. You know what I'm saying? He's like, okay, I
Yeah.
gave you four to five, six, whatever songs for your album, and everybody loves them. But like, we need to do something. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of felt like that was what the behind the
Yeah.
scenes
Nah,
was.
for
And
sure.
Drake was kind of on some shit like, oh, don't
Yeah.
worry, yeah, I'll get to it. I'm on tour. I'm
I
on
got you.
tour
I
right
got you.
now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
doing this. No, I got you. All right, I didn't ask you.
But also maintaining that relationship and making sure your party has everything he needs because I'm gonna need you in the stretch. Like to have that kind of foresight is actually, is commendable. But I do understand what you're
I
saying.
think
It's like
that I think
you
that he
have to,
had he had the Weekend first as like a right because I think he was just trying
yeah,
to experiment, and I think he had
for
the
sure.
Weekend
He
first.
did.
He seen what happened with the Weekend, and right then he got Party.
See, because I think the Weeknd's talent was
Yeah,
just
for sure,
too the Weeknd was too good a singer and writer to just be a writer for
exactly,
somebody.
and I
You know what I'm saying?
yeah
I think his desires
yeah
kind of superseded just being someone's writer, especially someone who I feel like I sing
yeah.
better than.
And I
You know
think
what I'm saying?
Party was there in the background during that, and I think that Drake handled Party a little differently because yeah, he put him on a couple of songs, but then he started bringing him out, like, you know what I'm saying. He started doing songs with him.
Yeah,
He started, you know what
yeah,
I'm saying, because I don't think he wanted to lose that. Because I think that early Drake, if he would have lost
yeah.
Party and the Weekend, I think we'd see a different Drake. You know what I'm saying? Especially not the R and
Facts,
B
facts,
number one single type of Drake. You know what I mean? I think we'll definitely have a
facts.
rapper, but I think his
Yeah.
trajectory looks
He,
different
he he just found. I think he found a great collaborator in
for
Party
sure,
Next Door, bro.
for
He
sure,
found a
for sure.
great collaborator. He found someone who didn't necessarily want to be a star,
Exactly,
but wanted to do this thing at a very high
exactly.
level. And it's like, okay, cool. If you're cool with playing the background, you're gonna get rich as fuck, and you could just help me kind of like formulate this sound, and we could vibe, and nigga, we could just go
Yeah,
crazy. And I think that's the perfect situation for Drake, perfect situation for Party, and that's why I think till this day, it
yeah.
still works.
But I basically said all that to say that yeah, there are some artists that are scared for to get these other features because they don't want to get bodied on their own track. But my
Yeah,
opinion is I feel like they should just
yeah.
stop that shit. We need
Do you think there's? Oh, I got a good question. I got a good question. I got a good question. Do you think there's any? What rapper do you think a lot of these rappers are scared to go and rap with? What rapper out
Hmm.
there do you think that motherfuckers is like, I don't know, I don't think y'all want to fuck with Buddy. He might get you on your song. Like, is there anybody out there right now that you think is just has that aura on them like that? Like, oh, if you go get him, he's killing your song. Because I don't think there is
I was
that
just
right
thinking
now
that.
in
I
the
was
field.
thinking that too because I feel like right now the meta for rap is like drill, street, and these guys that make that
Right,
music, their goal when they get on the track is not to body you. Their goal is to make like the
right,
best type of jingle. You know what I'm saying? So I don't
right.
feel like
Yeah.
maybe
You don't
Cole,
feel
but
like there's a
I think
guy.
that people would be honored to have J. Cole on the track. So I might not even put him in there. I don't feel like
Yeah,
I know in the past Wayne. A lot of people wanted that Wayne feature, but a lot of
facts.
people were scared to get that Wayne feature, right? Um, um,
That's a fact.
yeah, people like that. I think back in the day, Big Sean. I think a lot of people were scared to get Big Sean on the track
That was another one.
because he would body them.
That's
You know what
another
I
one.
mean? Early Kendrick, early Kendrick, especially on like rap songs. I kind of feel like people didn't want him on that. But those are just the ones that I could think of off the top of my head. There's probably some smaller artists or just less successful artists that too. I think it's more so in that space than in major hip hop where that would exist. So I don't know, man. I just think they should stop all that, man. Just make music, bro. People just be too high and mighty on their little high horse, and they don't really want to put other people on. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's crazy because all it takes is a shout out. All it takes is a look, especially now in social media age. Like if they see you with somebody, everybody's like, "Oh shit, who's that? Who's that? Who's that?" And I feel like nowadays a lot of artists are not even just with the music. They're funny with who they hang around. They're funny with who they allow them to be in pictures with. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I feel like a lot of artists are gatekeeping in that sense. Like they don't want the next person to be like bigger than that. Yeah, 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 yeah. Man, you just finished watching another jam packed episode of Man. What? The podcast featuring me, Untamed. Yeah, you already know. It's your boy Khalil Jamal. It goes down every single time we touch this mic, man. If you made it this far in the video, click to the left or the right. We got so much videos, so much content, man. We just get on this mic and we just speak our minds, man. You know what I'm saying? So if you respect that, man, go ahead and hit that like button, share this shit. Shout out Gam Gam. She do watch this every single week, man. We got so much more content coming for you. We are trying to hit 500 subscribers. So if you could help us with that, that'd be perfect. You know what I'm saying? But until the next time, man, we love y'all. We out there, bitch. Peace.